Welcome back to our Blues Walk. Merry Christmas to you and a very happy New Year. But was this the position we expected to find ourselves in at the start of the season? And are you Chris Davies in or are you Chris Davies out? Jason and Paul here are fresh back from watching that at Bramall Lane. Not very happy at all. We've got lots of tweets now saying things like this. Kieran says, yep, it's time for a change. He just isn't going to fix this. Others are saying, give him a break. Who on earth are you going to bring in at this point in the season? What do you think? Coming up this week then, these two are going to get a gift to give to any fan base across the Championship or a player in the Birmingham squad. Who will they choose to give it to? Who's the best away support we've seen at St Andrews so far this season? Who's our player of 2025? And we're up to letter K in our A to Z of Birmingham City. Lots to get through, but of course, the first debate, Jason, that we get into is the fan base is starting to turn. Are you starting to turn?
I'm close. I'm close to turning. I think there's real questions to be asked for me. I get the arguments about the squad and recruitment and stuff like that, but I think we've got at least starting 11 is a very good starting 11, and I think he should be doing a lot better with the tools he's got currently for me.
How long do you give him now then? Obviously, he gets the Christmas days, get till January. What?
Really awkward time to call it, isn't it? Because if you sack him now, you bring someone in, start of January, then they're going to assess the squad, try and bring players in. As frustrating as it is currently, I think he's got until about Feb to turn it around. Whether I don't see these owners pulling the plug on him at all, because I think they've learnt the lesson from the Wayne Rooney and John Eustace stuff. And I just think it's such a difficult time to pull the plug on a manager when January's just around the corner. Because for all we know, they go buy a couple of players, and if it fixes our issues, you just don't know. So, yeah, I think he's got until about Feb.
Okay. Let's look at a mixture of social media takes following that Sheffield United results then, shall we? Cheers for that, Jason. Paul Jack says, I genuinely don't think Davis is the problem. Reshuffle that backroom staff. None of them have an ounce of experience before Blues, and clearly their advice is rubbish. They're no help and no adaptability whatsoever. This is a new take I've not seen before. Elements of truth to it, Paul, do you think that?
Well, I said during last season that I didn't think his backroom staff was experienced enough, and that he could have done with somebody in there that sort of knew the league or knew more experience in football to sort of bounce ideas off of. I think he's got, I kind of agree with it, because I think he does have a load of players, a load of staff with him that are all inexperienced and all sort of play into his way of playing football. So there's no one really going, oh, well, why should we do this? Or we're coming up against these, so let's try this. There's no plan B. There's just Chris Davies' way, and that's it. So I think more experienced backroom staff could be the thing to go with that help him, and say to him, like, look at what we're doing here. It's not going to work. Let's try and mix it up a bit.
Other fans, Jason, are calling straight off that his selections and substitutions are poor. Lee says slow start, then blaming the red card. Who'd have thought it? Real problem was the lineup. Big Willie has been nowhere ready for this first team football yet. Anderson is League One. Yeah. Were you happy with the team selection?
No. But I feel like his hand was sort of forced because we're so poor away from him. He had to try something. I wasn't a fan of the lineup, but yeah, like I said, I think his hand was forced. I didn't get the Williamson start. He hasn't played football for 3 months. I thought that was strange, really strange. And to be honest, I think I made the point last week. He's got a squad and he doesn't use it. I think it's a bit like, I don't think Keshi's up to the mark anymore, but I think it's a bit harsh just bringing him in when he's barely played any football and expecting him just to hit the ground running. So yeah, strange lineup. Jack Robertson at left back was strange. Do we know what happened with Cochran? I've not seen anything.
No, I've not. I think he just rested him. I think he was just resting players. And I think
if he's rested Cochran, that is absolutely criminal.
I think Williamson's got Davies' wife and kids hostage somewhere, because even when he was poor last season, he got in the team. So,
what about the defending for the goals, Paul? I mean, it's all right blaming Davies, isn't it? But some of the defending there was criminal. Although, having said that, this was said by Blues Badger, we need to remove this remove the zonal marking. What's your take on the manner of you conceding goals?
Yeah, I think we always seem to have a sloppy goal in us. I think every game this season there's been one where you've looked at it and thought, we get picked across the marker and we deal with that. And I think with players the size of Williamson and Clara and Newman, nobody should be getting a free header from a corner in there. But it just doesn't make any sense to me that defender gets up and he's unmarked and left to just bullet a header into the goal.
Yeah, Blue Hobber said that first goal was a free header. I never saw Captain Clara bollock any of his players for that for marking. Yeah, do you want to see a bit more of that from Clara, Jason? That there's a bit more accountability on the pitch.
I mean, all of them, but I think it's a bit harsh on Clara, to be fair. They should be coming together as a team and saying that that's not good enough because it was awful. Unless Clara's at fault for it, I've not watched it back, so I can't bear to watch it. But they should all be having a look at themselves because that first goal was awful. Awful.
I think once your two centre backs had been booked so quickly, we were off to a bad start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, somebody else pointed that out. Jack says, well, we spoke all week about not conceding first, okay, and then 1-0 down within 5 minutes. Another set-piece disaster, 3 players carded within 25 minutes. So we're all over the shop. Generally, where do we go from here? Because away from home is absolutely beyond repair. No Doyle for the next 3 games, of course, as well. That's 8 out of 12, Paul. You've lost away from home. That just isn't good enough, isn't it? Even for a side promoted.
I just think we're really lightweight. I think when we go away to grounds, they're physical and they stick it on us and we bottle it. And I think that's the basis of it all. And with the players that we've got and the way that he wants to play football, I just don't see any like if Birmingham City was coming to our home ground, I'd be there saying rough them up and we'll win this. Get stuck in and we'll win this, and then put some balls over the top and running behind them because that's how we get caught out every week.
Yeah, you agree, Jason?
Yeah, it's just shocking. It's like Paul said, put it on us, and we just don't want it. I think what frustrates me the most is that you can tell within the first couple of minutes. If I was a fan watching my own team play against Blues, you straight away, these don't want it. These don't. We'll have these. Even not looking at our record, you'd be like, yeah, these don't want it. We'll beat these. It's weak. It's really weak mentality for me.
This has been put forward by a couple of people as well. I don't know what you think. Alex says Allsop and Beadle as your keeper options in the Championship is just insane. Do you think you're weak in that area, Jason?
I quite like Beadle. To be honest. I quite like Beadle. I think you can tell at times he's 20, 21, whatever it is, and he's young. But I quite like Beadle. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's quite good enough to get you where you want to be. And I think we could use a more experienced keeper as your number one, especially seeing as Beadle's on loan. But yeah, out of all the positions we need to strengthen, I don't think the keeper's top priority of my list. But yeah, it is somewhere we need to look at improving because you can't have your number one as a backup. On loan. And also, he's looked very ropey for me when he's played. I don't care that he can ping a pass and land it on someone's feet. I want him to be a good shot stopper, and I don't trust him. For me.
What about you, Paul? Do you think a keeper's somewhere on your list?
I think a keeper is the top of my list. I think that's where we really need to look at because it's all right. We can replace the whole starting 11 of 10 or the starting 10 in front of him. If we don't have a keeper that can make the saves when he needs to, the team in front of him is pointless because Beadle makes silly mistakes from distance and it looks like a lack of concentration most of the time that he's just not switched on, which I think comes with him being such a young and inexperienced keeper. And then other than us, no other team that Ryan Allsop's ever played for rates him. But I think he was fantastic last season, but I don't think he's this level. I don't think he's good enough to be at this level.
Okay. Fascinating to know your thoughts in the comments. And first of all, thank you to everyone who commented on the video last week. We do read all of them, and some of the takes on it are great. Most of them, Jason, say, "Look, calm down." Most people agreeing with you last week. There's not an issue here. He'll as long as we keep winning our home games, it's absolutely fine. And Let the away form. We're a mid-table side. Doesn't matter that we're 12th or 13th. Just ride this season out, and then it's a project. Stop the moaning. Not you two, but stop presenting the moaning. Can you jump on board with that view, Jason, as a fan, that we shouldn't really bother kind of, bringing up all these moans and groans? We are where we are. It's not a big deal. We're not going down. We're not going up. This is where we expect it to be.
I can appreciate the moans because of what the expectations were set at. Us as a fan base, and there'll be a big chunk of the fan base that say, yeah, let's just consolidate because we've been crap in the championship for so many years. Let's just have an average season and we'll go again next season. I feel for Chris Davies in the sense that I think the board, and I love Nighthead for everything they're doing, but I think the board have shafted him to a degree. Even when they were selling season tickets in the summer, they said we want to be competing at the top end of the championship. So right from the off, you can see like fans' expectations is, and I was guilty for this because I had us finishing second for God's sake. But the expectations for us was to be up there. So when we're losing the way that we do, fans are going to rightly be upset because we've set the expectation of being at the top of the championship.
Mm.
If we lose in a way where we're competitive, we can take it, but it's the manner we're losing at the moment in these away games. That's where I am more than on board with these moments. It's a difficult watch. It's really, really difficult to watch when we're away from home. It's relegation form on a points per game basis. We're bottom of the league in away form. That's Sheffield Wednesday on a points per game basis are doing better than us. Yeah. And they have a really hard team. Right, so I get the moans. I get people saying calm down, but when your expectations are up here, the board has set expectations up here. They've spent money for a team to be up here. Granted, the bench isn't the greatest. I fully appreciate moans, and I'm on board with the moans. But and then at the same time, the board have shafted him for that. So it's a really, really difficult one for him. I do feel for him, but he is where he is. He's at a club that's ambitious, and he's got to perform.
I think that's the main thing with Blues fans is you've got to, if there's fight in it, if you lose fighting, the Blues fans will clap you off a pitch. If you lose, like roll over and just die, the Blues fans they're not having it. They won't. It's not a thing. But they love. I've watched Blues fans cheer tackles as much as I've seen them cheer goals. Like they want to fight. They would sacrifice, or a lot of them would sacrifice pretty football for just a gritty 1-0 win that was just grinded out.
But I think this is what's starting to really frustrate me. Why? Look, I get he's got his system and all that lovely stuff, but away from home, why don't you just go away from home and just be that nasty, horrible team? Fight a 1-0 win and just get it. Sometimes you have to be that. Look at Preston. Preston was a horrible watch, but we won.
Yeah. Do you agree in the comments? That'd be amazing for you to read some of these. Fascinating debate, as always. Cheers, fellas. Stay with us, though. Lots to discuss still. We'll do our A to Z with the letter K, see if these guys have got something good for that. But it is, of course, Christmas. It's our last one before the new year as well. So we are looking back on 2025 and asking you both for the player of the calendar year. So looking back at January all the way through to December, I know there's been quite a bit of player turnover. So who would you put at the top of that list of Mr. Consistency, if you like? Paul?
I think Christoph Klar is the one for me. I think he's the best signing we made last season. And one of the better performers this season, even though he's had a few slip-ups. But I think he's overall a steal of a player, a bargain of a player that we've got.
Well, Jason?
Yeah, I agree. It can't be anyone else other than Clara. You've maybe got a slight argument for Stansfield, but I think he drops the occasional clanger. So yeah, it's got to be Clara. Absolute unit. Argument for being the best centre back in the league for me.
Let us know once again in the comments, please. Just a quick one on fan bases. We've been asked, because it's a season of goodwill, we're trying to put some, goodwill against other fans. Thinking about your trips to St Andrews this season, who's been the best away fans that you've seen down at your place? Nobody's yet said Birmingham, by the way.
None of them, then. They've all been terrible.
I was genuinely trying to have a think about this. I can't remember anyone being overly fantastic, but I think that's mainly because we make it a difficult place to come to.
Yeah.
The only club that I remember, and they're not championship based, was Bradford fans.
Okay.
No race.
No championship clubs impressed you so far in terms of.
I remember Portsmouth being in my head, but I think Portsmouth impressed me because of how crap that the team was, and they sort of just kept going. I think probably Portsmouth is the only championship team that sticks in my head.
Okay. Let us know once again. Help us out. And, right, A to Z then. Birmingham City. We're up to letter K. Some good ones here. Paul, what have you got?
Just keep right on count.
As what? Sorry.
Keep right on count.
Yeah, it certainly does.
I think that's got to be the.
Yeah, KRO's got to be there, hasn't it? Yeah, definitely. Any others?
I've got a few players.
Yeah.
Clara, Kifton Bell.
Okay.
I had two more. Kujak, he came into my head. And this was one I quite liked him when he was in. It was a bit controversial with Marlon King. I thought he was quite good for us.
Oh, okay. Who mentioned him for being their worst one? Somebody, Middles, was it Middles? No. I'm trying to think. Somebody said, yeah.
Marlon King and Chris was up top.
Brill. Have they missed any, though? Once again, let us know. And finally, this week, we're giving Jason and Paul the opportunity to send a gift. They can wrap up anything they want to send it to anybody across the championship, referee, manager, rival fan base, Birmingham player, anything they want. Who's deserving of a package this Christmas? Paul?
I think our away support is the most deserving of a Christmas gift. Yeah, a nice bottle of something probably to drown the sorrows. But yeah, our away support, I think, travels up and down the country, no matter the weather condition, the day. They go there and they support the team, and they have to watch some dreadful performances this season. So.
Okay, that's a good show.
Totally random. I read an article earlier. Do you know how much an adult would have spent on every single away game this season to watch how bad we are? £403 to watch, and that's how bad we've been. And that's not taking into your food, your accommodation, or anything like that, or petrol. £400 to watch us be that bad.
Brilliant.
Anyone that's been to every single away game, I salute them because they need that. They deserve a refund.
Okay. Well, if you have, let us know your name in the comments. We'll give you a shout out next time. Jason, are you giving a gift to anyone?
I'd like to give a gift to Kyogo, a goal. That do wonders. If I'm being nice to another fan base, some fans might not like this, but let's give Sheffield Wednesday some bloody owners.
Okay.
Get that over the line for them.
It's very kind of you, Jason, at Christmas.
Honestly.
Quality, right. Let us know your gift, of course, as well. Finally, we just want to wish, obviously, all our Birmingham City supporters that watch this channel, have done for many, many months. Have a fantastic Christmas, and thank you for all your support. Hopefully, Jason, Paul, you'll get a good rest as well from watching Birmingham, and spend some time with the family, I hope. But yeah, games come thick and fast, don't they? We've got John Eustace, of course, back at St Andrews as well. Do you think you'll get a good reception, Paul?
I think so. I can't see why not. It wasn't like he jumped ship or anything like that. He was sacked early, so I can't see why he wouldn't get a decent one.
Okay. We'll follow that story, of course, over Christmas. Have a great new year as well. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you in 2026. Cheers for watching.